Hey there. Thanks for joining me, everyone, tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time where we can relax and craft together for about an hour and work on a project from beginning to end where you get to see the entire process along the way. And we are still working on the Charming Chevrons quilt by Krista Watson of Krista Quilts, and we are getting real close to finishing it up. We have 2 more rows of chevrons to quilt, and then just the binding really after that. So tonight I want to try I want to kind of focus on some things that I'm not great at, that I'm clearly, at least mentally, have some trouble with yet with the free motion. There's a lot. But one thing that I know I struggled with through this process is these swirls, like getting in and out of these swirls and also filling a space with other bits. And I did a little practice run on paper today, and I think what I'm going to do are these like elongated swirls and try and fill in with smaller swirls. So I'm going to do another practice on paper with you guys to kind of show you what I mean, and then we're just going to give it a go. And the goal, hopefully, is to have like these nice swirls that I know how to get in and out of and fill in the rest of the row with more swirls. We're going to be doing a lot of echoing. I can't say that word very loud, E-C-H-O, because the Amazon Alexa will start talking to me if I say it. But we're going to do a lot of echoing today, I think, with the swirls. So anyway, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we'll get going. Oh, just so you know, tomorrow's Thursday already. So tomorrow we are going to be doing block 6 of the Splendid Sampler Quilt Along. I have not done block 5 yet. So here I have it printed out. Here is point taken block 5. I will be starting this on Saturday. So I'm going to be doing a special just live sewing session Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And I'm going to work on block 5 since I missed it last week. So tomorrow we'll start block 6, and then I'll jump back to block 5 on Saturday, and we'll just see how far we get on that. I don't know if I'll finish it, but who knows? We'll see. It looks like some relatively quick piecing, but you know we're going to be cutting it out and everything. So, but that's the plan. So if you want to do block 5 with me, if you haven't started that, I'm going to be doing it on Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, and as with all the videos, they'll all go up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies right when I'm done, just however long it takes to upload. So by Sunday, for sure, what I got done on Saturday for block 5 will be up there if you wanted to watch. So, all right, that's business. I'm going to flip you around and let's try these swirlies. Yep, it's a swirly day, Glennis. All righty. So look, these are my two little rows left. Oh, Nolene, you did block 5. Oh, it's a 1/4 inch undersize. So many of my blocks during the Splendid Sampler 1 ended up being like that. I'm really going to try and focus on my scant 1/4 inches to try and get those. This will be the first time for the Splendid Sampler 2 that I'm going to really have to focus on the scant 1/4 inches, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll talk about that more on, well, either tomorrow or on Sunday. So, all right, this is what I'm hoping to do. So this was my little test run earlier today, just to try and figure out what I wanted to do. It's not totally great, but from afar, I think it looks super cool. It's like a Japanese print almost. So this is what I'm going to try. They're kind of like these elongated swirls that's all just kind of filled in. Block 5 was a bear. Had to redo the center. Oh no! You're way off the first time, Karen. All right, well, we'll be giving it a go. Oh, good, Tammy, you'll be there on Saturday. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for it. So I'm going to just draw like my mock chevron here. We'll make it a little smaller so I can get these, like the transition areas in. So I think how we're going to be doing this is we're going to just start with an elongated squiggle like that. And then it's all about going back and forth, the E-C-H-O-ing that I can't say out loud. So we're going to go back one way, and then in theory, back again, and then come out the other way. So we're just going to be kind of doing this. And like if we need to fill in a shape, then we just kind of start going that way a little bit. Ooh. I don't know, maybe we go this way. See, so this is where it's going to get tricky for me. Just the coming in and out of shapes already. That looks like maybe a little wonky. So if I want to end up here, I got to go on the outs this direction. You know, so I'm just going to try and keep making these shapes. That was maybe weird there. And I think I'll probably get close to the edges on some bits because I'm sure I won't know how to get out of places. So if I have to ride the edge of this a little bit, I'm not going to sweat it like I was last time. So all right, so now I feel like I've cleared an area again and I've kind of filled this up. So I'm going to just start another swoop. So I don't know, we'll go this way first. And then back the other way again. And then just kind of, again, fill in these areas with more little bloops and blips. Bloops and blips. So something like that. This is a, let's see, we should have maybe added a swirl here. So I'm going to have to stop and go and really think about where I want to go next. And think about how I'm going to get out of things. Like there, I wanted to fill that, so we're going to go back around. Maybe we go up like that, and then back around right at the edge. So I suspect I'm going to get real close to other lines and have to squeeze my way out of it a little bit. Wonder if it would be easier to do the big swoops in the corner. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Try and get right up in there with the swirls. Yeah, we'll try that. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. So that's kind of the plan. It's going to be slow going just because my brain's going to be working hard, I think. Oh, thanks, Krista. Yeah, so the trick is I keep getting myself stuck, you know, and that's what I'm going to try and work on with this design. And again, the reason I'm picking this design is because it hones in on two things that I was having trouble with this whole quilt so far. And for one, it was these twisty swirls where I go back on the swirl again in whatever direction. I know that was tough for me. It was just a mind boggle when I did it last time, when we did a lot more close together. And then also filling in all these crevices has been difficult for me to think through. So I'm taking two things that I'm having trouble with for sure, and setting up a practice routine basically for it. So this is my practice routine right here. So let's give it a go. But this is kind of the objective, and we'll see how it plays out here. So all right, let's get set up. I got my quilt here. So I only have these 2 rows left. So we are getting into easy zone as far as bulk. Same with the feathers. It was getting just easier because we only had this much bulk in the neck of the machine. And so now it's even less. So it should be relatively easy to move things around. So let's give it a go. So let me think. If your seam allowance, it was smaller, you ended up being 1/4 inch smaller. So that probably means Nolene and Gretchen. It probably means that your seam allowance, sorry guys, I'm just trying to get situated here. Your seam allowance was maybe a hair too big. So it was shrinking up your piece just a hair too much. So I suspect you're working at a 1/4 inch instead of a scant 1/4 inch, which is just like literally a hair, like a fabric piece of thickness, skinnier than or less than a full 1/4 inch seam allowance. And we'll talk about that a little bit for sure on Saturday, and perhaps more if we have a block tomorrow that kind of is like that. So we don't know the block yet tomorrow. So that's always exciting to wake up and find out what block has popped up. All right, I'm just bringing my bobbin thread to the top. And again, if you guys aren't sure what we're talking about, the Splendid Sampler 2 is a quilt along. I'm working on that. It's 100 different blocks, so it's a huge opportunity to learn a whole pile of, or learn or practice a whole pile of techniques like embroidery, applique, just piecing, different types of piecing, foundation paper piecing and English paper piecing, a whole pile of stuff all in one quilt. This is the second round of it, the Splendid Sampler 2. And if you go to thesplendidsampler.com, you can sign up for the email list and to get the latest block. The first 20 blocks are free, and then after that, it's part of a book. So you can pre-order the book as well. So, alrighty, let's give our first gigantic swirl a try, and I'm already freaking out. Like I said, these are two things that I was having trouble with prior. Oh, wow. Those are big stitches. Let's try that again. Well, I'll just keep going. We'll fill it in enough that those won't matter so much, but that's awfully weird. Huh, everything looks fine underneath. Wow, I just made really big stitches there. Oh, you know what? My shoe is still on, so that'll change things. All right. There we go. My foot was feeling different. All right, so here's my first swirl. Oh yes, my mom's in here tonight. I think I saw her pop in. Okay, now going back the other way. We're gonna go all the way to the end again. All right, and now let's come back. Ooh, and you know what? Now I have this that Westerly ruler foot on, and now I can use the round shape as a guide for how far away to go to the next bit. I mean, if I decide I want things to be about a 1/4 inch away, because that's how much they'll be. But yeah, that'll be nice to have that little guide. All right, so instead of going all the way to the end here, I'm going to try and fill in this space with a little swirl, since I'm trying to fill in spaces this time. Ooh, I think I already locked myself in. I want to get over here, but I need to be able to get back out again. So it'll be an interesting night here for me. It's just trying to figure this out. All right, let's go this way once. And we'll pretend we're going back around that guy. We'll get real close to the edge here and wrap around there. Okay, woo, we did it. Now, let's see. I probably can't fit too many swirls in here, so I'm going to do another quick swirl here just to fill in this space. Go this way, and now I won't need to do any more swirls to get out of here. Alyssa, are you gonna finish the last 5 blocks with us, or did you finish them on the own time? No, Margaret. So for the for the Splendid Sampler 2, I will be doing every part of it with you guys. So, oop, needle down when I move. So I have not finished the blocks. The only block I have finished so far is block 1, and that's the one that we finished right away. That first week. All right, so I'm going to start another loop here. I can definitely tell I'm in warm-up mode still tonight, or still right now. Yeah, so I'll be doing all of them online. So eventually you'll be able to go to my YouTube page at Penguin and Fish Movies and go to the block that you want to work on. Another loop. And all the videos will be there. So I'll keep everything organized by block. And if it's not there, if it's missing like the end of the video, it's because it's probably not made yet. All right, so here I think we can bump back this way too. And then back before filling up this space again. So it's something here. I think I'm getting the idea. I mean, we need to work on it a little bit here, but I'm hoping by the end of this row, I'll have kind of a feel for this. That's the plan at least. And I'm for sure thinking we will have need for a new bobbin along this way too. All right, here I got pretty close. We're gonna go up this way again and now go around. Right on the edge. All right, okay. I think that's our first bit of swirls. Oh, thanks, Gretchen. Yeah, you know, at least if you don't look too close, if you look from far away, I think this is gonna be kind of cool. All right, let's make our next big swirl and let's try and get it up into this corner a little bit better. So, all right, let's go in this direction. I gotta move. And we'll swirl it right there. Okay. You know, it kind of sucks stopping, like moving in the middle of an arch like this, because I can never, whenever I stop, I can't finish the arch off. So whenever I know I'm going to make a big arch, I should prep my area so I can hopefully do it in all one swoop. Like right now, I'm going to go around and try and get all the way back down here. I want to try and do that in one swoop. Unless I go this way. Inside first. I don't know. Yeah, inside first. So I think we're going to go down this way. That I haven't quite figured out, which way to get out of the swoop first. All right, so we're about there. I'm definitely using this 1/4 inch seam, or this 1/4 inch, it's a 1/2 inch, but from the needle, it's a 1/4 inch all the way around the foot. So I am definitely using that as a guide, like here I'm stopping. So all my distance between my pieces right here are about a 1/4 inch, probably a hair more. So I'm working on that. I think we're gonna try and do a little swirl here. All right. So I just need to figure a trick for getting in and out of these places still. Just like knowingly knowing where I'm going to end up. And I think that just takes a little thinking beforehand. So hopefully I get a little bit better at that. All right, we're going to go back up to here now and then wrap around this other side. Oop, wow. That swoop got a little big. Oh shoot, so I stopped. I was thinking about this swoop coming down here and I kept sewing, so it just kept getting bigger and bigger. Got to keep my mind on the present, I suppose. All right, now what? We could try and swoop up this way and then fill in the space. Or maybe that'd be weird. Maybe I should just try and come around a little bit. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna go like that. Ooh, I should have maybe gone the other way first to get into here, down here first, but we'll do that now. I'm just gonna have to hug that line to get out of here, but oh well. All right, we're gonna just pretend I'm going around that space again. So, see, got caught here. That's what I wanna work on. I think I'm gonna go around the big swoop again. Oop. I think we'll get down in here one more time and then back up and we'll be able to swoop around. Maybe swirls in the opposite direction so you end up on top to swoop back. Here, so let's get down here again and figure out how to get out. Maybe what I should do is just not make any swoop, but it would be nice to get into this corner. So let's just swoop down there. Oh, see, I should have thought beforehand again. Okay, so I made a swoop and I want to get in this space, so I'm going to have to go in and out. So, okay. I'm just going to have to really think through each little swoop, I think. Okay, but we got a little swoop in there. Yep, my mom does do free motion quilting. And she's testing out some more of these different kinds. She's using a similar book to the one that I am by Krista Watson to practice different shapes as well. All right, I feel really good about it. I mean, you know, for sure it has a ways to go. Ooh, wow, my tension is awfully odd. Oh, I think it got better. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should check our tension before getting too far here. Let me turn this off so maybe you guys can see a little bit. So yeah, our tension is not great. I can see the green from below coming through, which means that my tension might not be tight enough. And even as we got going up here, it's still not good. So I'm going to tighten my tension a little bit. We'll see how that goes. And I think a lot of the tension issues, from what I read at least, it could be just my movements. So I don't know. We'll see how we'll see if me tightening this helps out at all. All right, I think we're ready for another large swoop. My mom has a Bernina from maybe 15 years ago or so. Not positive. All right, swooping up here. Okay, there's a swoop. So my stitches are pretty wide there. I think I'm going a little fast. The bobbin's maybe looking a hair better. All right, so now here's the question. So if I go on the top area, I'll end up on this side. But if I go this way, then I'll get out on this side first, and then I can crawl back in there. That might be good. So I'm going to go the down underside first. So I'm going to leave a gap on the inside of this to catch next time. So let's see how that does. I should probably stop and readjust my hands, but again, I'm trying to do that all in one swoop. I'm not sure if our tension is improving or not, so we'll have to check on that later. You know, I don't have much room to get out right here, so I think I might try and do another little swoop in here at the same time. So let's try and do a swoop, and we'll try and figure out how to get out of it. How about that? Swoop. Okay, now in this case, I think I got to go towards the inside of the swoop. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter in this case. There we go. So I'm back there. Now I want to swoop around again, but I'm going to have this little gap here that I kind of want to take care of. Oh, if you could win the lottery, you'd want a Bernina 125th year anniversary edition. Robin, that would be super cool. Man, those machines can do so many amazing things now. I mean, you can machine quilt. Let's try and do one the other direction. You can, man, you can just do anything, can't you? All right. I have to concentrate every single time. So I think I'm going to try and come out again and go here. Oh, wait, but then I'll be stuck. Wait, not if I don't go all the way in. And then we'll pop back out. Okay, that's the plan. Ooh, my point didn't look very good there, but oh well. All right, so we're going to come back up here. All right, now I think we're ready to do our second wrap around our big swirl. But yeah, you know, even little features like where it cuts the thread for you, you know, there's a little scissors on it and you just hit cut. You know, the needle down, I mean, that's been around for a while, but I don't have a needle down, and that would be nice. The needle down feature is whenever you stop stitching, it always ends up with the needle down position, and that would be fabulous for this free motion quilting. Okay, that ended up weird, but all right, so inner swirl, weird. Now where to? Let's try and come up and fill this little circle gap here. Oh man, I think a new fancy Bernina. I mean, like, sewing machines these days, I mean, they could go for like $10,000, you know what I mean? Like, they're just insane. I think I have to end up here. So I'm going to go on the inside and get it down here. There we go. And then we'll go back up. All right, now I'm getting it, and then into this crevice and then back around. All right, that's the plan. There, and that's a good enough gap. And then back around this guy, where we're kind of getting ourselves stuck. But we're going to add a little tiny baby swirl here. And then we're going to get out of it. And actually now's when I should switch directions and start another big swirl, because I think we kind of have this face filled. You had like a $790 and it's like $13,000. Yeah, man, and when you get all the like features, all the fancy stuff, I mean, it just gets more and more expensive. Which model? That is mind-boggling. Yeah, deciding and understanding all its features. Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, if I were ever to get one, it would definitely be a machine where I've decided, ooh, I really love doing a lot of these certain things. You know what I mean? And I would acknowledge those certain techniques or something. Like if I loved free motion quilting, I would get a feature with a really big neck, or the, you know, I don't know, whatever else it has, like stitch regulators or whatever they have these days. I would consider what I'd want based on what I plan to be using it for. So it would not be a starter machine for me because, or for a person, I would think, because how would you know what you like in the sewing arena? You know what I mean? Oh, my things are getting bigger and bigger. I do want to check quickly the tension again. Let's flip it around. Man, my tension is still not looking great. I'm almost wondering if I should take out, oh, sometimes it's looking good. So when I'm going around the little corners, it's looking good. So maybe I'm just going too fast right now. We're going to slow it down and see if that helps my tension. Although I don't feel like I'm going any faster than we were doing the feathers. So I don't know, something might be a little up. It might be worth taking everything out and trying it again. Ooh, geez. Yeah, it's just jumping a little bit bigger than I'm used to. Something just definitely feels a hair off. So maybe after this swirl, I think maybe I might just take everything off and see what it looks like. Or I don't know, maybe we'll keep stitching tonight, see where we go, and then when we come back on Monday, maybe I'll have it all cleaned up. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just keep going as is. It'll still all hold together, I'm thinking. All right, I need to make a little swoop-de-swoop here to fill in this little space. All right, we're gonna get out this way. All right, that's not bad. And then we're gonna get around. I think I'll add a little swoop up top here. You were in a class and the person had a fancy machine but didn't know how to use it. She couldn't get anything accomplished. See, that's the other thing. I love in sewing, or I love that quilting, you really don't need anything fancy, right? Like my machine here is from the 70s, and I know there, people do quilting like this on treadle sewing machines. So treadles are just, you know, you're using your foot to make the machine go, and they only do like a straight stitch, right? So if people are doing them on treadle machines from like 1910 and earlier, then, you know, there's something to that. You can do all these things on all these old machines and by hand. You can do all this quilting by hand too, you know what I mean? So when you get the fancy stuff, at that point, it should be for the features and the toys that you know you're gonna use. So I've been, if you were with me for the Splendid Sampler 1, you'll know that I gradually added kind of more and more toys to the arsenal, but I kind of added them just little by little. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this. We're gonna go around this way. And that helped me a lot, just going little by little, because I think without that it would just be too much too soon, and I wouldn't know what to do with everything. Like I'm learning how to use different feet, you know, one by one over like a decade. You know what I mean? I'm not. You don't just sit down and know how to use everything and know how to do everything. So, oh man, I have a huge jump in here. Yeah, something's going on. I missed a bunch of stitches here, like they didn't grab, and yeah, that's a toe catcher right there. And I think my tension is still a little off. You know, I probably should just stop and adjust. Although some of it does look okay. It might still just be me. And since we don't have that much more time tonight, and I'm probably almost out of bobbin anyway, I'm going to just keep going. And we'll just figure it out later. Just because this will be it for the rest of the week on this guy. So we're just going to let it have weird mistakes, I think. All right, I'm going to try and do another swoop, but I'm going to go slower. But yeah, so I'm all for the fancy, expensive, cool toys. We're gonna swoop it up this way. but, you know, just be aware that you're not going to know everything all at once. Yeah, it does sound a little clunky. I don't know. We're going to have to check out the machine. I think it's probably definitely time to clean it again. So before we start the Splendid Sampler again tomorrow, I will give this a clean, and we'll kind of see what's up. Maybe I'll finish this next little swirl area, and we'll stop, and we'll see if we can kind of figure out what's going on, and then we can see what I did so far tonight. You know, I think it's not going to be totally loose. I don't think these stitches are going to fall apart, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, there's something definitely up, and we should figure it out. Okay, I don't know where I stopped here. Yeah, I almost... Yeah, we're going to have to check it out for sure. Yeah, all the gadgets are for funsies, I think. Yeah, you're right. Maybe my needle has a burr. Yeah, you guys, I think you're right. We'll definitely have to change the needle. Maybe we will just stop and do that. This is maybe a decent place. Well, actually, you know what? I think I'll go around to this side again. Will I be able to get out later? I was just thinking down here is a decent place to stop. But you know what? Let's just stop right here. I'll just start up back here again too. All right. But yeah, I think you guys are right. I think it's probably a needle problem. When in doubt, that's kind of the first thing to check, which took me a long time to acknowledge because, you know, it wasn't a good enough reason for me. But that usually has solved the problem, just switching up the needle. And you're right, I think I've had this needle on for quite a while. The bobbin still feels okay. It feels like it's coming out just fine. So let's assume that you guys are right. Let's assume it is the needle here. So let's get rid of that. I mean, you would never know. So let's throw that aside. And here's my go-to kit for when I switch over to the Splendid Sampler. So these are, I think I'm out of my 90/40s. So we're going to switch to an 80/12. Since that, man, I'm going to have to see if I have more needles, because if this is all I have left, it's time to get some more. But all right, so we're going to use a little thinner needle, which may or may not be an issue. Because remember, we switched to a larger needle because I'm using thicker thread here. I'm using 30 weight thread, which is a little thicker than, you know, like the 50 weight is what we pieced it with, I think. You prefer a mechanical machine, easier to repair. So I'm down with you on that. Like a mechanical machine like this that doesn't have anything computerized, you know, it has actual parts that can be fixed. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like you're dealing with like the ether. You would check the bobbin and rethread since we're stopped. Okay, let's do that too. Good suggestion. Oh, I can buy needles back on Mastrop. They had a lot of good things on Mastrop, including my kits, by the way. So you guys, my kits are back on Mastrop today. I'm going to try and send out a newsletter this week about it too, in case you miss it. But for just like a couple more days, like I think 4 or 5 more days, my kits, I'm almost out of bobbin too. That could be the problem. Oh, no, because we were having trouble from the beginning, so I don't think it's the bobbin. But my kits are back on Mastrop. So what that means is it's one of those sites that if a certain amount of people purchase, then the price goes down. So this feels, oh, there we go, because that's up. So if you missed out on kits last time, it was up a couple months ago. Now might be a good time. And it's cheaper than it is on my site right now too. Like if like 15 people buy or something, then it goes down to like 13 bucks or something, which is a good deal on those kits. So those are up. I have a link to it on the Penguin and Fish Crafters page. and I'll send out a newsletter. But the cordless iron is back up, which I love, and the wool mat was just up. I think that one, maybe that one's over. I'm not positive, but all the things that I love are back up there. The iron's different. It's a similar iron, but it is like has a ceramic base instead of the metal, so it's fancier. All right, there we go. Let's test it out, see if we're back in business. Oh, the delivery from Massdrop to Australia was lightning fast. That's exciting, Nolene. So that's actually one of the goofy things with Massdrop is there is like a big lag time for getting shipments because you have to wait for the sale to be over, and then they place an order from the vendor, and then at that point the vendor or the manufacturer ships it out to Massdrop, and then Massdrop ships it again. Yeah, dang, Leslie, that cordless iron, that Panasonic cordless iron that you can go in every direction. Oh, that is so nice. I love mine so much. Totally recommend it. I mean, the idea of not having the cord is like a game changer for sure. So, love it so much. Okay, I need to figure out how to get over there. Man, I really confuse myself on these swoops. Like, it's really confusing for me. You know, it still sounds like it's chunking along a little, but I think it might be hitting the paper a little bit. But I think already my stitches kind of look a little bit better. In a sec here, I'll check the, when I can, I'll check underneath. See if we improved at all. It feels a little bit better though. Oh, you just got fabric marking pens you ordered a couple months ago this week. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, I bought a mandolin, you know, like for the kitchen, a cutter. I got a mandolin on there, and that came yesterday. We haven't used it yet, but I'm pretty excited about it. I think I'm gonna go right into a swoop here. Ooh, that wasn't a very good point. All right, I think I'm gonna go bloop, bloop, and back. But yeah, I'm super happy with everything I got on there so far. It sounds better. Yeah, I think it's sounding a little bit better too, and it's feeling a tish better. It's looking a little bit better from the top, so hopefully it's better. We'll see. So I think I can get around, hit a few things in here, and then get back here safely. So we're gonna do that. Okay, and now boop down in there. Okay, we'll boop out of there. I don't know. Maybe I feel my confidence is building in this a little bit. I'm not sure yet. I'm still feeling like I'm concentrating a lot, although I'm able to talk. So that's new. I don't think I was able to talk when we did this last. All these swirly bloops. All right, we're gonna add a swirl here. And we wanna get out of there again. Huh. Might have skipped a stitch there. I don't know. I'll have to, I think, you know, it just needs a real big cleaning again. Yeah, so Pam, I did have a problem with the iron when I got it. The base was cracked from shipping. And they couldn't, that's kind of a bummer. And Massdrop couldn't really do it. I got a partial refund on it, which is nice. But they don't have any more in stock once they ship it all, so they couldn't replace it. But luckily, sorry, I'm thinking. luckily, all the mechanisms for it to function are fine, so it works. It works how it's supposed to work. So I got lucky that it didn't break more in the mail. You are moving around so much better than when we started. Oh, I think so. I mean, just like literally the fact that I can say words and do it is an improvement. I think this was a good way to go tonight, though, because these were still definitely several things that I have been scary for me, like these swirls, getting it out of these swirls and filling up whole spaces. So I'm really happy I get to play with that a little bit more today. Even though I still have to stop and think about it every single time. But we're getting it done. Oh, I need to get down in here yet again. Well, I can go around here. And I know, you know, it's not perfect, but this this guide, that 1/4 inch all the way around, is helping a lot. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Pam. My tongue isn't sticking out as much, so I had to stick out my, like, I was just concentrating so hard that I was in a literal fashion sticking out my tongue, and I kept catching myself like, oh my god, I'm sticking out my tongue to get through this. What is that all about? So not sticking out my tongue is a huge improvement. We're gonna swoop around, do a big loop here. I'm having a hard time like picturing where it's gonna go when I come in and out of things. If I go inside, I'll end up down here, which I don't know, maybe it's fine. We'll do that. But man, I got a little bumpy there. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that you have the courage to try new things here. Oh, yes, yeah, you've only been quilting for about 3 months, and it's encouraging for me to see me try these things. I totally love doing new things, and man, if there's something you guys want me to try, we'll do it. It's a safe place. I know you guys will not yell at me for doing something wrong, so that gives me a little bit more confidence in trying out some of this stuff. But I just love learning new stuff, and this free motion quilting is it. You clench your teeth when you free motion quilt, Leslie, and your jaw hurts the next day. Oh no! Well, at least you notice it. So like every time you notice it, you can take a little break. All right, I think we're gonna go to the center and we'll do another swoop. Let's. I think I've done enough now that I can check the bobbin again. Okay. I can still see it in parts, man. So I can still see it, but we are getting really low on the bobbin. So I don't know. Who knows? It's probably all me getting used to stitching. But again, like I said, it's all gonna hold together. Still, it's not the bobbin. The tension isn't so off that it's gonna be horrible. All right, let's do another swoop. A big swoop-de-doop, and I think this will be our last kind of big swoop section. So we'll do this next chevron area, and then I think that will be it for the week on this guy. Because tomorrow we'll start that block 6 of the Splendid Sampler. I'm going to try making it a bigger loop in here. Okay. So now let's think, how do we get out of this? So this one could probably use 2 bits. So if I go this side, then out, that might be enough. So let's go on the inside first. So we will pick this up again on Monday. I'm sure I'll need a ton of practice to get into it again. All right, we're gonna just echo there. And I think we'll echo again. I have to do so much thinking. All right, now we'll swoop up in here. And we'll go around over here again. All right. You would guess it's the bobbin catching as it gets to the end. Oh, it was happening to you last night. Oh, that could be. Sticking out your tongue is all about concentration. Yeah, it's funny. Like I'm not sure I've concentrated on something that hard before that I had to like stick out my tongue. So it's just like a funny sensation. Like, geez, I'm sticking out my tongue because I'm concentrating. I'm like a cartoon. All right, ooh, I think I'm getting in and out of this loop pretty decent. There's kind of a shape in here, so I'm just going in here. I'm gonna have to trace over some stitches. So that I did not do as well. All right, I'm gonna go back here, and I think this will be our last. Ooh, should I loop up in there? I think so. Ooh. Ah, we're still working on it. I'm gonna get into this loop and finish off this little area here. Just bump down, bump back. I think I might go all the way around here again. Yeah. To there. And I think, well, you know what? We have about 5 minutes left. I think we can still, which means that went really fast. So let's do one more. I think we can fit in one more, and then I'll show you guys this. We'll do a little one. Like, we won't go all the way up here. We'll do like a fat one right here. I gotta move my hand. I'm definitely feeling like I can do these swirls a whole lot better, like the shape of a swirl. So that's cool. Pretty stoked about that. My little points in the center there could be a little bit better, I'm thinking. All right. Zoop. Zoop. Let's do that. Need sound effects, right? What happened? Oh, I stopped. Oh, no, I'm still here, Patricia. Oh, Pam, that's so interesting to keep quilting, to keep like thought patterns. So when you stop and think of where to go next, it's just brain exercises. Oh, that is, I mean, it feels like a brain exercise. I'm so with you on that. I mean, that's why more people need to be crafting. Like, it's not just like, ooh, you make cute stuff. You're working your brain. You're coming up with things. You're problem solving all over the place. You know what I mean? It's just, there's so many benefits. I mean, it should be something that is like taught and not as like a home economics thing. It should be part of, I mean, like stitching in classes to concentrate on, you know, math and stuff, you know? I mean, I've heard that before where they have kids crochet and that helps them in class. I think I'm going to bloop over to here and then I think we're going to be done for the night. I don't know. I think more research needs to be done, and I think it needs to be a thing. All right, I was thinking too hard about something else here. So that's actually, man, this is like totally should be a meditation test, basically, which those two words probably don't go together, but like, you know immediately when your brain starts to get away from the present moment. Like right here, my brain stopped. I started thinking about something else, and the moment I start thinking about something else, I veer off into some weird bloop land, you know? So this is like good. This is a good visual test or to see if I'm meditating well enough. or to make sure to see if I'm still present or not. It's just kind of interesting. All right, so I'm gonna snip this and we'll try and catch the bottom here. Oop, there we go. And we will check this out and call it a week on this guy. So here I'm gonna get real high and scooch this back up. Oh my God, it's so cool. So this is really the first pattern that I've filled in the space a whole lot better. I mean, you know, that was kind of the objective because I have not felt like I've been very good at that so far. Let's just snip this while it's annoying me. Boop. Wow, we actually did quite a bit too. I think we did over half. So it's a little hard to see, but you can kind of see a little bit of the shadow in the light. Let's flip it over because that's where we can really kind of see it a little bit better on just the solid color. Ooh, it looks so cool filled in. It totally looks like an old Japanese print or something, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, it is cool. So I did have a lot of tension issues. You know, I can see a whole lot of bobbin thread popping up down here, like some loose stitches. But again, there's so many stitches that I think it's not going to be the worst thing ever here. I'm going to get a little bit at an angle so you guys can see a little bit more. Man, I'm liking it. So this, like I said, this was two things that were really difficult for me in all the other rows. It was the swirls and filling up the space, getting in and out of places. So this was like a test. Not a test, but this was a practice session of that. Oh gosh, look, I sewed over all of these stitches. We'll have to trim all of that. But I don't know, I think it's pretty dang cool. And I definitely got a little bit more comfortable towards the end, which, you know, makes sense, right? Had some practice, but getting in and out of things. So this is great. So on Monday, we will pick this up again. And I want to see what it looks like next to the feathers, because I really love those feathers too. Ugh, just love the feathers. But yeah, so we'll try and finish this row up on Monday. I'll have to start over with the practice. And then we have one more row, so that one's got to be special. We should maybe write text or something. Whatever we do, we'll have to figure that out, what the last row should be. So all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around, and we'll call it an evening. Hello, hello. So I am just getting more and more excited about this free motion quilting. I just think it turned out so cool. I think it was really good for me to just kind of analyze where I'm at so far with this, and just pick out the couple things that I know were difficult for me, and then focus on that a little bit. Just practice, you know, in music, if you can't do a run, you practice that run over and over until you get it right. Like some sort of trick is gonna pop in your head, like, oh, I just need to do this to get out of that spot or whatever, you know what I mean? And then that's gonna click. So that's what I was hoping with this, and just practicing the motions. And I think it's helping for sure. It felt like I said, just to be able to talk during it instead of just like literally biting my tongue. Like I wasn't like, my tongue wasn't out the whole time. Shows improvement, so I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, right, the label on the last row. I like that. That's cool. Yeah, we could do like cursive of, you know, the date and town and whatever, and then maybe go back and fill it in with a bunch of stuff. That could be really cool. I love that idea, and that would take one step out of the process for me afterwards. And the label is a thing that I always kind of forget to do, and you know, it's just, I want to be done with the binding and to have to like do a label. So if I could build the label into the quilting, that sounds fabulous. Okay, we're doing that. So we'll add, let's do the label, and then we'll add all sorts of decorative stuff, like all the things that we've tried out. Like we'll try, you know, the little squiggles back and forth, and feathers. We'll just fill it all in with all the fun things that we did, and really try and fill in the space Just kind of like a melange of everything. We'll give that a try, switching it up during the process, not just having one design. That'd be a good test. A good test at the end, I think. So, all right, I love it. Don't let me forget that that's what we decided to do, because I love it. So, okay, I will get this up on YouTube. So if you want to check out how to do these swirls, practice them a little bit, but filling in the spaces, feel free to struggle with me. So, all right, I will see you tomorrow, guys, and we'll be working on the Splendid Sampler to Block 6. Go check out thesplendidsampler.com tomorrow morning for that block. And be sure to check out Mass Drop for my kits. My kits are up there as well. And I'll put links onto the Penguin and Fish page for that and send out an email. So, all right, see you guys tomorrow. Good night.